'Cause real men shave their faces. Real men shave their faces.
Okay, the second Thunder from Down Under, or the official Thunder from Down Under, everybody, Mr. Steve Hardy.
Good morning, boys.
How you doing, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Are you in the garage?
Actually, you'd think so, but it's actually my lounge room.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There's the gigantic fish tank on the... Whoa, we've just got to get left and right worked out. That's the outside area.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, here we go. Oh, yeah, it looks out on just an amazing
that is cool.
space.
It's like a recording studio in there. I like the room sound.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of the mid 80 colonial look. A school teacher who was retiring in town built it for his retirement, and the day he drove the last nail into the place, he keeled over.
Oh, isn't that terrible? That happens much.
So we're about the third owner.
Unreal. So you made us wait a minute for you, Steve. Was that so you could get that hat?
Yeah.
You notice we're all wearing them today.
I thought it was a hat, and I had to make a hat that, my dad calls this my grandpa hat.
Your grandpa hat?
My grandpa hat.
Oh,
my grandpa had one of these.
He
He used to sit on the back. Huh?
That's a gangster hat.
Gangster hat where you come from. Where I come from, my dad keeps one of these on the back shelf of his car. You know how you got babies on board and all that sort of stuff. He has an old grandpa hat sitting on the back of his car, so people know that he's old and they're not allowed to run into it.
Like you just pulled over someone's grandpa. Nice. So, what's your question, Steve?
I want your new satin open comb, double overhead comb. You know me, I reckon that with one shim, it turns into a absolutely killer razor. I brought out the satin, now I want the satin. Being ceramic coated slides better. The coatings and like rhodium and stuff, they're great, they shave fantastic, but I've noticed that the coating and the way razors are finished adds or subtracts to how they behave on your face in the shave. And I'm thinking, well, the satin finish maybe will be, besides satin, which is all it had to be, was satin. I just wondered if it made any difference, if you felt any difference on your face. Well, with shaving cream, it's just a case of, I just brought out, including black, and now you brought out the white version, and we all want the white version.
Scuttle. You can have any color you want as long as it's white. Does it make a difference? I'm sure at some level, at some very minuscule level, it does make a difference, and I would guess it would add just a little resistance, maybe, which could be
resistance?
Yeah, I think a little bit of resistance where a chrome finish would be sleeker, so it's gliding across. Again, something you wouldn't really notice. It'd be the same resistance.
It's negligible.
Yes, as stainless steel, if you will, or something like that. But I really don't know what difference that will make. I did it just because I like the way the satin looks. I wanted to try something new.
Oh, it looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous. You know how to appeal to us poor bastards.
Well, it appeals to me too. I also did a nickel-plated one. I did a gold, and I did satin, and I fell in love with the satin. I think David Gonzalez, where is he? He's in and out. David Gonzalez got to see the nickel-plated one as well, and I think I'm pretty sure it's him. He dug the satin finish more.
Yeah, the satin finish was fantastic. I can't wait till I can get the damn satin finish. It looked really good.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Oh man, and it's just like it's so great to finally have the DOCs back in stock because it's been months and months and months, and everyone was so pissy, not in a bad way, but pissy about it, frustrated about it. But no one was more pissy about it and more frustrated about it than me. So glad to have you back.
I always find that really interesting. Like people feel like, what, you don't want to make the money? Like, of course, like no, yeah, Doug doesn't want to take my money. How dare he not get the razor and stuff? Like people have some sense, dude. Obviously, there's a demand for it. Doug would love to take your money, but it's just not his hands right now.
Yeah.
He just skipped on shipping. It's on the slow boat from China.
Yeah. Oh no, not China.
Thought everything was made in China.
No, you'd be surprised. But I was having issues with the chroming though too. I did because we do like an extensive quality control when they get here too. So not only does it happen at our manufacturers, it also happens here, and we go through each one of them. We actually are doing the finishing parts, finishing touches on it as well, and we would get giving more of these like spurs more than usual, and the crumbing just wasn't up to par. I don't know what was going on in the process. It could have been due to the time that they were putting them in the tumbler, so on and so forth. So it was just like a bloody mess. So like the satin really saved the day as well. Not only do I like it better, it's also just I think it's just a better razor in the quality department. Now, granted, we were going through hundreds of them, and we still weren't happy with them, so we kept sending them back until we got them. So that was another reason why it was taking so long. Finally, we got it. We were to a place where both I and the manufacturer know we want. So I'm really stoked about that.
I plan to get it, and I'm told that I have to get your sandalwood, that it is the best sandalwood shaving cream to go with it. So I've been waiting for my 2016 order to creep up, so double overhead comb, sandalwood.
Nice.
It sounds good.
Sandalwood, I'll say that. I grew up a bay rum and a sandalwood guy, so sandalwood is very special and important to me. So when I was going to do one, it had to be the right one. It actually took me probably about 10 attempts to get it just right. What else is going on, Steve? What else is going on down under?
Oh, well, I kind of started a small bushfire, accidentally, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking and having an opinion.
What's that like?
I had a razor. It was pretty straightforward. I'm picking up different ones every day. I've got blades, injectors, gems, DEs, feather artists. I think I've got 5 different types of blades. So, and I left one in my above the tie, and it was just overlooked. What happened was obviously for the stainless steel they use, irrespective of the razors, the stainless steel they use in blades is varying quality. The Japanese feathers seem to be the most rust resistant if you forget one. Unfortunately, my one came from another country just across the pond, known to speak Russian. And I don't know how long, definitely 2-3 weeks, and I'd shaved with it. And I'd forgotten everything I'd learnt and about checking and cleaning, and I just missed it, right? I did. And when I pulled it out, the blade was rusty. The base was fine on the cap, but the top of the cap, it had started to transfer. And I went, oh, bloody hell, why? Stainless steel. Now, it was my fault. I screwed up. I know not to leave blades that have been wet, gotten on your skin in a razor. It's just a bad combination. But it's something that, particularly if you're coming across from just regular cartridge razors, you don't think about it. You just chuck it. Eventually the strip goes, you chuck it. So I know how to clean it up. White vinegar, a non-scratch scratchy. Get stuck in it with a bit of elbow grease. My technical school teacher would have been proud of me as I got it back. I did find that there was one small spot. It was probably 1/10 of a mil that had actually penetrated the surface. That to get that out, I'd actually have to go do something more than just a non-scratch scratchy. But perfectly fine. Just give it some spray with, or drop a bit of oil. Almost any oil will do. My preference, I've discovered, is fish oil, which is the main ingredient I've discovered of WD-40. There's another brand that I got from the Shaver Shop, which is, I don't know, it's just got a nicer scent
WD-40
than WD-40.
Yeah, it's all fish oil. It's fish oil.
It's better with omega-3s and omega-6s, huh?
Mm.
And don't breathe it in. Better wait to get your omega-3s.
That's why I love the smell of
spraying fish oil in the face, trust me. And so anyway, I cleaned it up, and for 6 months, it was no problem. It didn't reoccur. I cleaned it up. I added preservation back to the surface. But then what happened was I went to the Above the Tie website to order some extra return bits and pieces. And I noticed on the website it said 303 stainless steel. And I'm just used to 316 stainless. So my next step was to Google stainless steel. Now, I know about the weird steels in pocket knives. There's 420C, 420HC, all the Japanese, all the Chinese, all the American different steels in knives. And I knew that every single watch I'd ever owned was obviously made out of stainless steel, 316. And I go diving, I go swimming. A wood watch. Okay, you are the exception to the rule. Well done, Douglas. I should have guessed.
Who would have thought?
So, long story short, I discovered, now, there's nothing wrong with 303 stainless steel, but it is a lower quality, which allows the manufacturer to keep down some of their costs because they don't go through as many on CNC. They don't go through as much die cutting bits because obviously the harder the steel, the better milling equipment they have to have. They break more bits. If you've seen some of the high-end watches get milled, they will actually use up one milling bit to mill a single body because of the grade steel. They put in Huberts and a few of the other real high-end. You're paying $6 to $8 grand for a watch. You're killing a $400 bit every time they make one. I think if they're lucky, they get 1.5. So, and then I went, well, what razors had 316 stainless steel? And I discovered that the Rocknell, the single edge DE, that I've got one coming, 316 milled in Turkey for about $40-50. And I thought, bloody hell, wonder what else has got 316. Well, it turns out Rockwell, I've just got their email back. Their version 2 is made out of 316 stainless steel. And that's $100 US now, and it comes with those 3 base plates I showed you on a previous old episode. And fantastic deal for $100. And I just thought, well, I'm into competition. I'm into people and informed competition. As I get informed and I discover something, you can't keep me quiet. And I just wanted to say, look, there's different grades of steel. It does make a difference. Everything rusts, right? Absolutely everything, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Everything goes back. It's a question of how long it takes. Yeah, entropy. So I just wanted to say, the reason all the old stuff, particularly the stuff you like to collect, has lasted so long, it was made out of flipping brass that they plated. And of course, brass doesn't have any of these problems. It's a lot heavier, and you need the coating, or otherwise they patina. You get that green look on them. So I just thought about educating the audience out there and what they were getting for their money. And if you definitely always take your blades out, and because it's the salts from your skin or the salts in your water.
Single edge blades are notorious for that. That's why whenever I'm testing a vintage like a single edge, I always take the blade out after that because I don't know if I'm going to use it the next day, and I drop it in a little glass of alcohol till the next time, because those are notorious. I think it's just the process of the single edge blades that Razorback, they clip on there, breaks the coating, and then water and salts and everything else you just mentioned starts getting in there, because they are notorious for rusting. Like the next time you pick it up 2 days from now, it's already rusted. It's amazing how fast it oxidizes.
I've had experiences with the single edge blades that they're already having like watermarks or stains or a little bit of rust by the end of my shave. So I'm opening up my Micromatic, and it's already like beat up. I'm like, Jesus, I don't even want to use this shit for the second pass, let alone.
Okay. Can I just say something about the 303 stainless steel, if I may? Stan Hicken from Above the Tie does use 303 stainless steel. Steve, I want you to hear this as well. Stan Hicken from Above the Tie does use a 303 stainless steel, but his stainless steel goes through a process of, he passivates the steel, which means it puts a light coating on it. Mm-hmm. If he were to use 316, and given the methods and the techniques that he uses, the razor I would suggest, and you've said, and you alluded to this, would be a lot more expensive because it's coming out of the US, but it's passivated. That's the process that they use, which is like coating. It's a passivated 303. You're absolutely right. Everything oxidizes, including us. We oxidize, wrinkles and all that sort of stuff.
I just did.
We rust. Yeah, I know. You've been rusting for the last, I don't know how long.
Con, you have severe rust. I do. You're severely oxidized.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm rusty. Don't worry about me. In fact, I should be called Rusty.
Thanks for pointing that out, though, Con. You're very, very true. He actually brought that up on the episode he was on. So thank you, Steve. You've been our first victim in the hot seat, and thank you for dropping all that knowledge. We're going to pull someone else in now.
Thanks, Steve.
We'll do this again. And I love the grandpa.
Bye, guys.
It's gangsta. Okay, who's next? What do we got out there?
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.